Hi, I'm Sydney Craig-Hart, CEO of Smart Simple Marketing, and I have a question for you. When you hear customer centricity, what definition comes to mind? Take a moment to think about that. What is your definition of being customer centric? When I start working with a new client, that's often one of the first questions I ask because I want to understand what their mindset is about their target audience. And typically the response I get is, well, it means that we are putting our customers first. And the challenge with that response is that it's still rooted in we. It's not actually focused on the person that we claim we want to serve, the customer. What customer centricity actually means is that what our client feels and the impact of our product in their life is what drives how we interact with them. This is critically important in our role as marketers because we have this amazing opportunity to shape conversation, to create community, to break down barriers, and to build a rapport with our audience in a meaningful way. And unfortunately, we often get caught up in our own ideas and our own biases and our own KPIs and what management is asking us to do, and we lose sight of the very people that we claim we want to serve. I learned this lesson very early in my entrepreneurial career because of personal experiences that I had, and having this core value of always putting our customers first is what drives every single thing we do at Smart Simple Marketing. One of those first early experiences I had was in 2006 as a new business owner in my 20s who had just recently left a very successful, lucrative corporate career, starting my business as a fourth-generation entrepreneur and trying to find my way. And as most small business owners have experienced, when you're new, you have so many questions and there's so many things you're trying to figure out. You really need guidance. You're really looking for a mentor to support you and help you navigate the many decisions that you need to make. As I was expanding my network and meeting different people and expressing this desire to have a mentor, multiple people said, Sydney, you should go to SCORE. There are all of these retired executives with decades of experience who would be happy to support you and help you in navigating your new journey. So I said, well, I'm going to take them up on that idea. I found my local SCORE office. I made an appointment. I prepared my business plan. I got my spiel all ready to go, and I trotted down to downtown Oakland to meet my SCORE mentor. I walked into the office. I was greeted by the gentleman who was assigned to be my mentor, and we sat down and began talking, and I started explaining to him the concept of our business, which in the early days was focused on marketing implementation. We were doing email marketing, producing virtual programs, creating blog content, etc. We were operating as a virtual marketing support service for small businesses. And he stopped me mid-sentence as I was very early in my explanation and said, that's never going to work. No one is ever going to pay for that. There's no way that that can be a viable business. So if you want to be a business owner, you need to put this to the side and come up with a new idea and start from scratch. And that was the end of my mentoring appointment. I walked out of that appointment, fortunately, not being discouraged by what he said. And in that first year, business went on to more than double my corporate salary. So clearly he didn't know what he was talking about. But I did remember how I felt when he shut me down. I did remember how it felt to go into this appointment with this expectation of being mentored and walking out feeling dismissed. And I carried that experience with me for many years. In fact, I still do. And all the time as we were moving forward in our journey as small business owners, I always had that in the back of my mind that I'm going to create a space where women of color who are starting businesses can get access to experts, they can get access to mentors, they can be helped to navigate their journey. And I'm going to create that space that I didn't have and I couldn't find when I first started as a business owner. So many years passed. As we moved ahead in our business, we've worked with over 11,000 small businesses in 79 industries. We've worked with almost every major tech company in Silicon Valley, helping them with multicultural marketing and connecting with diverse-owned businesses. Lots of great success and experience. And in 2018, I finally had the chance to create that space that I really wanted to create back in 2006. And so my team and I created this event for women of color who are small business owners to help them figure out how to scale and succeed. It was a full day program. I had several mentors come. We had roundtable discussions, networking activities, workshops, etc., really designed to give them that tangible actionable support that they needed to move forward. It was an incredible day and exactly what I had been looking for when I was seeking a mentor back in 2006. And I really enjoyed the experience so much to be able to give to these women, to create this community and this space for them, because that's what mattered to them. That's what was important to them. It still is. It will always be important to that audience. And to create that space that they wanted to continue coming back to and where they made their own connections and built those relationships is such a priceless thing to be able to give to my target audience. In fact, here's what one of the attendees had to say.
Hello, I'm Chandra Brooks, also known as Socialpreneur. This was a great event. I'm so excited for it and I'm happy to be here. It was great coming into an event where people look like me and I felt comfortable, and the people that were training me looked like me, and we all could relate in some form or fashion. So I really appreciated all, like Jen said, all the tangible things that we received that we can implement right away. So thank you so much.
Did you notice what Chandra's comments included? How she specifically said how important it was to be in a space where people look like her and that she received actionable, tangible guidance that she could use to help her meet her goals. That same experience that I was able to create for her and all of the other attendees, you have the opportunity to create in your role every single day. You as a marketing professional have the opportunity to stand up and be an advocate for your customer, to stand up and focus your team and your company and your organization on actually serving the needs of your customer. To not get caught up in your KPIs and not get caught up in what management is thinking and not get caught up in your own biases, but to function as a professional who leads from a place of customer centricity. So the next time you are in a meeting with your team, you're talking about the next half, you're talking about the next quarter, you're talking about your next campaign, and this concept or idea of what our customer wants comes up in the conversation, I want you to think about those two stories that I shared with you. The first story where I went into that appointment with that gentleman from SCORE who did not look like me, was not a person of color, was not a woman, and had no concept of experience of what I was trying to present or even interested in trying to understand, and dismissed me from that meeting. Or Chandra's experience, where she felt empowered, where she felt inspired, where she felt supported to meet the goals that she wanted to achieve in her life and her business. Which result are you going to create for your customer? How are you going to advocate for them? Are you going to kind of bow to the status quo and leave your customer feeling disempowered and dismissed and undermined? Or are you going to take specific action to help your customer feel supported, to build a community for them, to create a safe space for them, to help them thrive and meet the goals that matter to them? The choice is up to you. I look forward to hearing about your experiences and how you execute on what we've shared today, and really seeing how you as a marketing professional grow in your career as a person and a professional and really lead from a place of customer centricity.